Sixers get back on the winning track, and it's mainly because of Justin freaking Edwards. But also, their defense, they held the Celtics to 100 points. On top of that, the Sixers were back to taking care of the basketball. Only 9 turnovers compared to the Celtics' 10. And it's impressive to have less turnovers than the Celtics because they currently lead the NBA with fewest turnovers per game. And you guys know, last video I compared the Sixers' turnovers when they lose. Last in the league, they turn it over a bunch. And when they win, they are top 3 in the league and they really don't turn the ball over. And you got to give props to Tyrese Maxey. I thought he was, terrible scoring-wise, 29% from the field, but he did have 9 assists and 0 turnovers. Against Detroit in a loss, 3 turnovers. Against Cleveland in a loss, 5 turnovers. Against the Bulls in a loss, 4 turnovers. Then you look at the wins, 1 turnover against Toronto, 1 against Brooklyn, and 0 against Boston. Back to Justin Edwards, though, and this is where we're going to go over the film. So this was in the first half, a key stretch in the game because Jaylen Brown is out, Derek White is out, Tyrese Maxey is out of the game. Usually the Sixers lose these minutes if we're being honest. In transition, you see the Celtics had a miscommunication, Jordan Walsh and Keita on Adem Bona, and that leaves Justin Edwards open for 3. And my goodness, look at where he's catching the ball, 4-point range, and that's pretty key because Jordan Walsh has a really good contest. Or he would have had a good contest if he was a little closer to the 3-point line. And this was a big moment in terms of getting the Sixers back on track because they started cold. Edgecombe missed a 3 to start the quarter. McCain missed a layup. Bona misses 2 free throws. Then Grimes hits the 3 to cut the lead, and then, of course, next possession, Edwards takes the lead. And then next possession, Jared McCain nearly turns the ball over, but he regathers, finds Justin Edwards. Now you kind of got a transition situation. Good job not forcing the pass to the corner because Gonzalez is right there. Probably gets tipped. So quickly he takes a driving lane. Walsh is back in the play now, but he jump stops and finds VJ wide open. And now the Sixers are feeling themselves without Maxey on the floor. And it was surprising because the way it started, it just felt like, oh, here we go again. Then about a minute later, Celtics are in rotation. Grimes catches. He has time to fire, but 2 converge quickly. Edwards was really decisive and aggressive to get his own shot. He catches here, doesn't make the extra pass. Who cares? There's a free lane right in front of me. Take it and rise over the defense while creating contact. And freaking won. He makes the free throw, of course, and all of a sudden the Sixers are up by 6 points. And the confidence really stood out to me. That was so impressive because he's really been struggling on the season so far, and it goes all the way back to Summer League. As a struggling player, if he's not confident in this spot, he's just thinking about making that one more pass to VJ Edgecombe. And a quick decision like this seems like nothing, but it's so key against this Celtics team because they were rotating so quickly. They were super aggressive. At times, the Sixers took a moment to think, and all of a sudden, their advantage was gone. It was taken away, but here, Justin Edwards did exactly what you're supposed to do. Quick decision, beat him to the spot, and their aggressiveness works against them. Next offensive possession, Grimes creating offense for Edwards once again. Jaylen Brown caught sleeping off the rock. He's more worried about taking away Andre Drummond, even though Luka Garza's in good position. We'll take the silly defense, though. Wide open 3 generated, and of course, he knocks it down. 9-point game. So early on, they started winning the minutes without Jaylen Brown and Derek White on the floor, but now you got the Celtics' best players on the floor, and you're riding that momentum. Meanwhile, Maxey's finally getting the rest he deserves on that bench. Grimes' turnovers make me want to, rip my hair out, but he was very huge during this second quarter run. Deserves major props. So then Edwards checks out the game. They're up by 10 points. Eventually, they go to the half with a 10-point lead. But as you know, they get the third quarter yips. I think at this point now, it seems like a little mental hurdle that they need to get over. As soon as they start struggling in the third, it seems like, oh, they're defeated. And they started, arguing with the refs a little more than they usually do, like they were last season. Trendon Watford was really bad during that third quarter stretch, and he was put in good positions. I mean, here he should score the basketball, but kind of just playing indecisive and a little soft for his size. Either make that pass to the corner quickly or go right at Derek White. But also good defense. Derek White fooled him, and also Jordan Walsh hustled back into the play. And also Keita was right there in the area. And then on the next play, it showed exactly why you might not want to test Keita. He gets blocked. I think Andre Drummond needs to save his three-pointers for times when the Sixers are up and have the momentum. I don't think he should be taking threes when Boston is on a run and the Sixers offense is just at a stalemate. And then he followed it up by playing terrible transition defense. If I was the coach, I would have took him out right there. But Nurse gave him the benefit of the doubt because he has been cooking early in the year for what he is. Despite having a pretty rough second half, he had the biggest defensive play of the game, so props to Nick Nurse for not giving up on him for his, early bad third quarter plays. Joe Mazzulla put Peyton Pritchard on Trendon Watford, and it kind of was playing mind games with him. It's like, oh, I got a smaller guard on me. I got to be ultra aggressive. I got to rush my shot. That little mind game from Mazzulla worked in the third quarter because it really took the ball out of Tyrese Maxey's hands. And the thing about Pritchard, he's quick, so it's tough to get around him, and also he's got strength. The only advantage you really see is Trendon Watford has the ability to shoot over him at any point in time. And now the Celtics have all the momentum because Derek White, Jaylen Brown couldn't miss, and you could tell the Sixers were feeling the pressure. Oubre just loses the rock. And what do you know? It turns into another Derek White 3. So now we know why that second quarter stint I broke down was so important, because now you're only down by 1. If that didn't happen, you're down by 10 points. I think in this game, it was fair to critique Maxey for this third quarter collapse because the bench did their job. They got you a 10-point lead. This was his first shot attempt in the third quarter, coming with 8:04 on the clock. Last time he took a shot in the game was in the second quarter with 2 minutes remaining. In his head, coming out of halftime, he's got to be like, okay, they got me the 10-point lead. It's my time to take us home or just maintain that lead. I just thought he could have been more aggressive earlier to see if he had it or not, because this was a really rushed shot and it was completely out of rhythm because he hasn't shot since the second quarter. And guess what? After that, he decided to turn it on. Theo leads to a foul, and then he gets fouled again, and they take the lead right back. He also got another bucket, and I was like, where was that early in the third? But I just think when they get a big lead, Maxey starts to, relax and try to, relax and save that energy because he's gassed out of his mind early in the season playing such high minutes. I also think Nick Nurse could have done a better job, having a quick trigger with Justin Edwards since he was on fire in the second half. We didn't see him till late in the third with 2 minutes remaining. And Oubre was just not good pretty much all night long until the last couple minutes where he had that game winner. And I thought he played aggressive defense against Jaylen Brown. But now early in the fourth quarter, minutes without Tyrese Maxey. This time Boston has Jaylen Brown on the court with Peyton Pritchard. Grimes attracts 2, offline pass. Justin catches it though. Fakes the three-pointer, got Simons jumping. 1 dribble and a deep 2-pointer. One of the toughest shots in basketball. I mean, come on now. This was his first shot attempt in the second half. He saves the possession. I mean, Quentin Grimes kind of threw him a grenade. If he missed that, I would have been like, yeah, that's very understandable. That's one of the toughest shots in basketball. And it's his first shot in a while. Once again, it kind of felt like it was getting out of hand, and Grimes and Edwards kind of just, kept them afloat. Look at Edwards denying Simons the basketball. He comes up with the steal and a slamma-jamma. Leads cut down to 3. This was such an underrated VJ play. Jaylen Brown misses the dunk. And when VJ has the rock, he locates Edwards so early, and he knows, I got to get him the basketball. He's on fire. I mean, just a smart point guard play. And then look at Maxey on the next defensive possession, sticking with Derek White, refusing to get screened. I mean, come on now. That's beautiful. Their defense stepped up big time. And just like VJ, you could tell Maxey was looking for Edwards because he knows he's making everything right now. Jordan Walsh caught sleeping off the rock. You can't leave Justin Edwards. Come on now. And I'm not going to lie, that dude Jordan had Maxey in a box all night long. Got to give him major props. Maxey was trying to end this thing, and he just couldn't get an ounce of separation. Per NBA.com, 1 of 9 from the field against Jordan. 11% for Tyrese Maxey when he was facing him. But I like the adjustment on the last play that won them the game. Rather than, forcing up another fadeaway, he jump stops, pivots, and realizes, oh, Jaylen Brown is off Justin Edwards. I mean, that's perfect shot quality, just an unfortunate miss. But guess what? Pritchard left Kelly Oubre, and Jaylen Brown never picked him up again. It was a tough night for Kelly, but props to him for staying active on the glass. And also, of course, Andre freaking Drummond tipping this ball, and now Derek White's got to heave it. It was a team victory down the stretch. Maxey was not his usual shot-making self. It didn't matter. Everyone, participated and found a way to get it done. Also, can we talk about the refs absolutely screwing the Sixers? This right here is not a foul. I don't care what anyone says. Maxey got the rock. You're rewarding dumb offense. The Celtics put themselves in this situation. On top of that, all postseason last year, I was watching Lou freaking Dort dry hump everyone to the finals. Foul, foul, foul. They didn't call nothing, but you're calling this a foul? Let them play, man. That's ridiculous. Pissed me off, and right after, Derek White hits a three, giving the Celtics hope. Props to the Sixers for not losing it mentally, because believe me, I was losing it mentally. But it was a great team victory in my opinion. It was tough to watch that third quarter. I was pissed off all game, I'm not gonna lie. That's just how it goes. But honestly, as currently constructed, I just think that's what this team is. It's just happening in the third quarter right now. But I think every game, this team's due for like a terrible 5-minute stretch, 5 to 7 minute stretch or whatever. Hopefully they can clean it up, and I think getting healthy would really help it out, but I just don't think that's happening, clearly. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts below.